The Jar of Life. Many of you may be fans of Harry Potter stories. Professor Albus Dumbledore, the headmaster of Hogwarts School of Wizards and Within Hills, tells Harry that our choices are very important because they determine what we truly are. It is probably one of the most important lessons Harry Potter ever learned. Along the road of life, you will make many choices. Your choices will determine the kind of people you become. They will build your character, they will shape your life. So let's read Picking the Marbles. It was the last day of school before the vacation, and the teacher had planned a surprise lesson. When all children were seated, the teacher took out a large glass jar and placed it on her table. The whole class looked at it curiously. From a box on the floor, she took a fistful of colorful marbles and started dropping them into a white rounded jar. She continued, "Still, the jar could hold no more marbles." "Is it full?" asked the teacher. "Yes," shouted the students. The teacher opened another box. She took out tiny pebbles from the box and started dropping them into the jar. The pebbles found their way into the spaces between the marbles. The teacher smiled. The children smiled. Oh, it was a trick question, they thought. When the jar could hold no marbles, the teacher asked, "Now is it full?" "Yes," said the children. But the teacher was not done yet. She opened another box full of fine sand. With a spoon, she dropped sand into the jar. The sand found space for itself amidst the marbles and the pebbles. She added several spoonfuls until the jar could not hold more. "Now it's definitely full," shouted the students. The teacher said to one of the children, "Please go and fetch a glass of water." When the water was brought, she poured it into the jar. The children were surprised to see that there was space for the water too. "But what does the experiment mean?" asked a child. The teacher said that the marbles represent the really important things in our life: health, family, friends, education, love, and faith. Make sure all these go first into the jar of your life. The pebbles are the things like your favorite books or your computer. The sand is like an evening at movies, watching television, or going on a holiday. Of course, every person's jar of life will look different, but remember that if you will fill your jar with sand and pebbles first, there will be no room for marbles. "What's about the water?" asked another child. The teacher smiled and said, "Water stands for the values like trusting and caring. The water is the caring touch you must bring to everything you do. Otherwise, life will become dry and joyless." Let's understand. In the story, the teacher reminded the students that some things in our life are far more important than others, that we must always put those things first. There are many simple choices to be made, like what shall I wear to the birthday party? They won't make much difference to your life. Other choices may be much more serious, like ones: how should I choose my friends? The important choices will make and effect like these: how we are, how we see ourselves, how others see us, what will we become. Making Wise choices is a skill. It requires practice. Everyone make mistakes, but we became better at picking the wiser options next time. It is good to take advice when we need and learn from our past mistakes. If you remember the story of Jar of Life, choices became easier to make. So at least I would like to end my video by coding a code said by Aristotle. Choice, not choice, determines your density. I end.